How's it going, everybody? I am Donut. I'm here with my fiance.
Donut.
This is, as always, a Black Lives Matter, All Cops Are Bastards, and Trans Rights supporting channel. If you're not supporting that shit, get the fuck off this channel. This is Moon Knight, Season 1, Episode 4, The Tomb.
The Tomb. Okay.
Now, also, what the fuck was Dr. Feelgood? What the fuck was that? What?
I guess the only thing that makes even a little sense to me is the lady who was making the passports.
That wasn't in last. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but Doctor Feelgood. I don't know.
Could be Dr. Feelgood.
No idea what the hell that was about. But okay, this one is The Tomb.
That feels like it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. Anything you want to say before we jump into it?
No.
Okay, let's just go. Get the full link in the description below. You know how it go. Okay, so I'm gonna hit you with the what the hell is happening? What's your theory?
Okay.
To guess.
So, do you remember her name? The god's name?
What, the hippo one?
Yeah.
No idea.
The one that they stole the Ushabti of.
Oh, Amit?
Yeah. I assume that's her, like, because they died while holding her, like, with them. Like, she's now in their inner worlds.
Why is she a hippo now?
I'm pretty sure she's always been a hippo.
She's an alligator.
Is Amit not a hippo?
Is it? I always thought it was an alligator. Let's look this up, actually.
Yeah.
With the forequarters of a lion, the hindquarters of a hippopotamus, and the head of a crocodile. So yeah, there is a hippo part of it.
Yeah, but not
it's
the head.
the back of it is a hippo. So actually, I want to go look at that. Maybe it's reverse order. Like, let's see if the legs are crocodile.
Yeah.
Nope, it's full hippo.
Yeah, full hippo.
All hippo.
Yeah, I don't know hippo goddess.
Okay, so that was your theory. You thought that was on it.
Yeah, like, I assumed the entire last half was just their inner worlds.
Right.
Like, at first I thought they were being gaslit by someone.
Like, yeah, my guess is just that this is the thoughts that are going through the brain as they're dying.
Okay.
Like, trying to justify, like, their weird situation.
Yeah.
As a more normal one.
I can see that.
Like, I think, it's implying the opposite. That, like, all of that was conjured up by their mind, but instead I think this is all conjured up by their mind.
It is, like, of all the things that have done by the way, all of that was a delusion. This one I could see more than a lot of others.
See,
because A, it's all plugged in. B, like, the thing that really got me is the fact that the gods also spoke using therapeutic language.
That's a good point, yeah.
That was a real, his work does that, the gods do that.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that, but yeah, you're right, right. But yeah, I think I've just, I've never seen this plot where it's been true, so I think that's why, I would have to see one example of this being the case. But yeah, so I'm guessing it's just them, but what oh.
Yeah, like, I feel like that's Stephen does know a lot about Egyptology, just in general, but yeah. I feel like that's a real goddess that is, like, saving them, maybe? Because they fell into the pool, they're, falling deep down into it.
So what is it, like, Amit was buried here and also somebody else?
Maybe. I mean, we know there's, like, tons of them.
I mean, in the Pyramid of Giza.
I mean, sure.
But yeah, in Amit's tomb, I'm not sure, but...
Yeah. Because it is Alexander's tomb. It's just that...
Well,
yeah, like, he chose to, like, seal her away after the gods decided to seal her away.
Well, wait, what?
So the gods decided to cast her out. They sealed her away into an Ushabti.
Yeah.
And then because because Alexander was her last avatar, like, she was buried with him.
Right, but, like, I don't even think the god, like... It was, how much can I say this? Like, the gods don't know where Amit was buried or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, that was also part of it. Like, you go bury this somewhere else. Like, you do whatever the fuck you want with this shit. But yeah. I'm glad we got, another, like, not even another, but just, like, a classic thing in the comics of, by the way, this ancient person is connected to this, thingy. So I'm glad we got, like, oh yeah, Alexander the Great was an avatar.
I can see it, like, especially with the, her whole deal was, not not the pre-crime part of it, but just the like absolute justice.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand how he would carry that out via trying to conquer the whole world.
Yeah, I could certainly see that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's move away from that for a second and talk about the other parts of the episode.
Oh yeah, there's so much in this episode.
Yeah. So, well, one, let's just say the whole going to the tomb, that was such a fun fucking adventure.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, we are way past the era of these kinds of movies. Even though we're getting another fucking Indiana Jones, I'm pretty sure, aren't we?
Oh yeah, we're getting the next one.
But yeah, like, we're even now though, you got to do it with the crazy CGI, and it, like, I like that this was understated. Like, this wasn't like we're doing crazy CGI stuff.
Yeah, if they did, like, if the tomb was CGI, I did not notice.
Yeah. I think there probably was, like, the pit was probably CG, I'm guessing. And, like, the rocks falling when they crumble underneath it was CG. But it's not like, oh, the rocks are crumbling and an entire fucking wall caved in. Like, I'm so used to that sort of shit from, like, Jungle Trek movies or, like, going through the pyramids or stuff like that, where, oh no, the thing I'm standing on crumbles and then causes this huge chain reaction of CGI shit.
No, this is way more like like the serials that Indiana Jones is based off of, where it's like, this stuff all makes some measure of sense as to, like, why would you have this in a tomb? Or, like, just how could you build this?
Yeah. I think, like, the most ridiculous thing that I can think of immediately in Indiana Jones is, like, the ball. The classic giant ball. Yeah. But, like, even that's, not, like, ridiculous or anything. It's a bit ridiculous.
The crazy shit is like magic.
Oh yeah, that's true. I guess that's also fair. That is a world that has magic in it. And shit, so does this. To be fair, I guess we can't say that for the MCU. But so I just loved all that. Again, the aesthetic. The set did not seem like a set at all. Especially the little upper loft area where Stephen was. Yeah, that was so well designed.
Yeah, like, something I appreciate for any big set like this is, like, continuity of space, where it feels like they are going from place to place as if they actually built an entire tomb.
Yeah. Like, I would love a game like Skyrim, but set in, like, Egypt. And, like, actually, following real world history and, that sort of stuff. I think that would be fantastic. Like, I'm not really much of a fan of Skyrim. I've played Skyrim plenty, but I'm also not super fan of just, like, Western fantasy stuff in general, like the generic Western fantasy kind of thing. And also just Skyrim seems like my least favorite of all, like
the Elder Scrolls games.
Yeah, I haven't played really of them, but like just the aesthetics of it, the coldness. I'm not into cold environments and snow and stuff like that. Anyway, but yeah, like the best part about Skyrim is like going through the mines and stuff
like the Draugr tombs.
Yeah, the Draugr tombs and all that stuff. And I would love that if it was like an Egyptian sort of thing and real world lore and all that stuff. And like also it'd be more like colorful and stuff like that. Whereas like the Draugr tombs, no, that's just like all gray and boring. Whereas like this is like I love the color that Egypt has. We got confirmation on the Layla situation with her father. Like Mark, it was not. Did you say you just said that your theory was that Mark was there, not that Mark killed her father, right?
Actually, I did just straight up say Mark killed her father.
Okay.
So yeah, like I do think this is an interesting twist on it. Of just no, it was just one of the other mercenaries with him.
And yeah, your first thing was just like, oh, was he at the dig sites?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was true. And he didn't have the suits; he couldn't stop it or anything if he wanted to.
Well, it is the classic, like, he
probably,
always can.
Oh yeah, I mean, he could have not brought him there to begin with.
Yeah.
But it was also the like. When he said like, oh, when it was that you didn't do anything to stop it, I thought that was like the you had the suit and just stood there and watched him do all this. But no, I also thought it was contrary at the beginning, but at first, but yeah. So he's just whoever his partner. Do you think we'll find out who his partner was? Or just not important.
I think so, but probably not here. Like, if we do a season 2 or something, I think we'll bring that up.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
As going deeper into the past, exploring more of that stuff. But right now, I don't think we'll do it, because I don't think it's that important.
Yeah. Also, like, the campsite was really, everything in here, the sets are all fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah.
And, like, so much detail put into all of them.
Yeah, like... they clearly, like, I'm almost curious for each series, like, where are they putting this budget into? Mm-hmm. And Moon Knight is doing a lot of, like, you know, location shooting and, like, set stuff and just, really elaborate stuff.
And there's just always so much stuff in the backgrounds that, like it's never, it always feels lived in.
Yeah.
In the way where I'll say, like, you know, Kate's apartment in Hawkeye didn't really feel lived in, mm-hmm. but it's the kind of stuff that I'm just like, you know, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, this series, you know, clearly a lot of the budget is going to the sets to make it look lived in, make it look real, mm-hmm. you know, not make it look so placed.
Yeah. I think it actually works really, like, they haven't done a whole lot with Moon Knight with the suit, but they've done a fair bit. Like, they've done enough that you wouldn't say, oh, they never show the suit, or they never, like, have superhero stuff happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I like we got, like, some clear shots of, you know, stuff that, like, we get, like, the light up of the guy's face, like, we keep...
Yeah.
Like, you know, if it was... I will say, I don't think the lighting could be better. The lighting could be better, but it's not... It's the one where it's, like, yeah, it's supposed to be very dark, and it's not like a we never see things situation.
Yeah, like, they're trying to hit that balance of, you know, you don't want the opposite, the 50s extremely well lit tubes. Yeah. Where it's like, how is this happening? Is this underground? Why is there sun?
Where is all this light coming from? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we already kind of have that, but, like,
yeah,
you know, it's going to be pitch, but you gotta just suspend your disbelief a bit.
Yeah, otherwise you get the, like, you know, the first episode of The Defenders where, like, they're in the sewer and it feels like the real sewer because you can't see anything.
Yeah, it is a pitch black screen, which is but yeah, I like the middle ground of, like, everything's very dark to where you can't really see anything, and then you get the better shots of it and stuff like that. Like, we were even getting that with, like, the suit, and we were getting that with the original, like, jackals and
yeah. Like that. In the same way that you mentioned last time, like, oh, it's interesting the placement of the stuff and how, like, you know, the series kind of play off of each other. Mm-hmm. I do think it's really cool that we're doing all this horror stuff before Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
As a real, like, you know, I'm not gonna say, like, an apology or anything, but it feels like a, like, okay, so you all know we said this is not gonna be a horror movie, but here's some horror. Like, this is how much we can do without saying this is a horror series.
Yeah.
It's like, it is, like, most good adventure things are also horror in the sense of, you know, like, there's a thrill, there's a fear, there's like what the fuck is that thing?
Yeah.
Like, Indiana Jones scarred so many children.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And that's, you know, they never say this is a horror movie or this is gonna be extremely scary or you're gonna see a Nazi melt.
Oh, yeah, I will never forget the Nazi melting scene.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, all those ways, you know, have that sort of shit. I mean, even Pirates of the Caribbean has shit that it scarred me. You know, like... It's just it's an inherent part of adventure that there's gonna be some horrific parts to it.
Yeah, and I mean,
scary shit.
And it's catnip for kids. Like, kids love being scared a little more than you would imagine as an adult.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, Animorphs is like one of those popular young adult books, and that shit is horrifying.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, kids love. I mean, that's why you know we have all the fucking Puppies Playtime and Five Nights at Freddy's and, you know, all the insane Backrooms lore. That's not a part of the actual Backrooms thing. But, like, you know, kids love horror.
And it is, there's also that layer of, like, implied horror that is super exciting, and that when you become an adult and you look back on it, you almost always go, damn, holy shit, that was that fucked up?
Yeah.
But it's all, you don't realize that as a kid. It's just, it doesn't, like, thrill you in the same way. It doesn't freak you out in the same way.
Yeah.
You just process it differently.
And, like, you can handle, I feel like, way more scary shit when you're a kid than when you're an adult, actually. Like, there's, or also because, like, you can let bad CG or effects, like, wash over you as a kid. You're not thinking about it as much. So then, if you... It's maybe a double fold, like, it's scarier as a kid because it's more real to you because you're not used to CG or special effects or anything like that. And it's still a horror. I mean, seeing special effects for the first time as a kid half the time is fucking scary.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
like,
yeah.
What the hell is that? But, like... Yeah, you know, all the fucking R.L. Stine shit, scary stories to tell in the dark, you know, that sort of stuff. I mean, scary stories to tell in the dark, still some of the scariest shit in the world. But, yeah. So, excellent job with this stuff. Man, the idea of being stabbed with, like, a bone, you know, through somebody's arm that's just, like, punching you. And, oh, my God. And the fact that, like, this, whatever that was, I assume that was one of the guardians that they were talking about,
Yeah.
like the guards. But like the fact that thousands of years old, stick a flare in its eye, and it doesn't like burst into flames or dustify. Like, that's crazy. That's even more scary.
Yeah, and I appreciate the visceral fear as well. Like, it's not that just they'll jump at you. It's not just that it'll, like, rip your throat out. It's specifically, it'll drag you to the ritual table, and it will, like, kill you and then rip all of your organs out.
Yeah.
Like, it is that visceral, like, oh god, oh fuck, I don't want that to happen to me. Even if I die first, it's still like, oh god, the fact that that's gonna happen is freaking me out.
Yeah. I mean, and it's not even like it's doing the proper ritual. It's like a perverted version of the ritual.
It is that it's dirtier because we're, like, intentionally fucking it up.
Yeah. Ugh. So, Alexander the Great. You think Kang?
I don't think he's Kang.
I'm gonna say it's Kang. Alexander the Great was Kang. I mean, the Conqueror,
I can see it. And, like, the moment you said it, I was like, no. Then as you talked about it a little more, I was like, actually, I can see it. Like, especially, like, the pre-site thing, the, like, judging people by their entire history. Yeah.
I can see that. Also, the fact that it's got the lines. It's got the Kang lines. It's blue-ish.
And it is, like, I think I said this last time, but it is the anti-Avengers stance. It is as... Tony said in Endgame, like, we should be the pre-Avengers. We should be judging people before they do the crime. Like, they come up to it multiple times, and every time, usually Cap says, that is actually wrong. That is fascism. We can't do that.
Every single time Cap goes, not again. I mean, even then, as soon as Sam becomes Captain America, he's got to go, oh, not again.
But it is, I think, like, a perfect eternal debate of, in order to be a hero, you have to let the thing happen, so then, you are fighting against a thing that has already happened.
Yeah.
But that means that people are always going to get hurt if you are being a hero and not a fascist.
But that's just how the world has to be.
It just has to be like that.
It just is necessary.
Yeah. And then again, I can see how, someone like Kang can then go like, well, but I can change what reality is. Like, what if that just is not the way it is? What if I do have objective proof that in the future this person's bad, and then we punish them?
And yeah, I couldn't have given a fuck about Kang in the, Loki, but like, if this is Kang, makes me makes me understand him at all.
Yeah.
As opposed to just being crazy man.
I'm also, like, I'm hoping this is a Kang tie-in because I would like it to not be another Thanos situation where 10%, like, everyone likes to say phases 1 to 3 is a build-up to Thanos. It's not. It is like 10% build-up until Infinity War. Then Infinity War is the entire Thanos story. Yeah. And then Endgame is that Thanos is dead. Now we're going to deal with a different Thanos.
Yeah, like, Thanos is so unimportant. Like, it's important to the world.
Oh, yeah.
But as a franchise, Thanos is so unimportant. And so unconsequential to everything leading up to Infinity War.
Yeah.
So yeah, I as we've been saying, I hope to God when we get to Kang, we've had more build up to Kang, and that we don't have another Thanos situation. Like we wouldn't talk about that before, but yeah. So I would really like, this is already like, okay, I'm learning Kang's motivation before we're actually going to see the fight. Like, we got it in Loki, but I don't really know what the fuck that was all about.
Yeah.
That was just crazy. Crazy man is crazy. Versus this is like, here's an idea, here's a concept for what he's doing. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, also, I've in the comics, I've gotten to a couple issues of Kang, very, very early on, and where I am in the comics, I don't know how much it's Kang, so I'm sure shit gets retconned like crazy. Where I'm at in the comics, Kang is Ramatut, is Doctor Doom. They're all three the same character. I'm going to assume that he's not actually Doctor Doom, because also it makes no fucking sense where it's like, oh, what, like, they both meet, it's like, what if you're my ancestor? What if you're my ancestor? It's like, you would remember that. What do you mean? That's not how time works. That's not how memory works. But where I'm at right now, the idea is that Doom and Kang and Ramatut are all the same person.
Right, ancestor, they could just be related.
Right. Well, no, he was saying, like, what if you were me in the past, or, you know.
Right.
Yeah, ancestor was the wrong word.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what the fuck. It makes no goddamn sense.
Yeah.
I don't remember it because it's so stupid. And they haven't done anything with it since. They've either been like, never mind, fuck that. But yeah, so Rama Tut, at least, I'm pretty sure is still going to be Kang. You know, I don't know where we're going with that. But, you know, that's also, you know, a white man calling himself an Egyptian pharaoh. This was specifically a white man calling himself an Egyptian pharaoh. So
I can see it.
Even if we're not going to do Rama Tut, because that's also revisionist history, which you don't want to fucking do.
I mean, also, Kang in MCU is definitely black.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point, yeah. So I guess, well, I mean, yeah. Yeah, Alexander the Great is not black, so
as far as we know.
Oh no,
we could do the reverse.
I don't know. I was like, yeah, I'm glad we're not doing the Rama Tut was a white man thing, but no, now we're doing Alexander the Great was a black man. I mean, I already don't like that Kang the Conqueror is the black man. It feels weird, you know. The ultimate conqueror should be a white man. That's the one time where in the MCU I'm like, this character shouldn't be black. It feels weird to make the ultimate conqueror black. That feels weird. But yeah. So what do you think's going on with Alexander the Great then? Because unless we're gonna do like there's a black Kang, there's a white Kang, there's, you know, multiple different Kangs from different universes and all that.
I mean, that's also very possible.
Yeah, I mean, like, why not? Yeah, like, it could definitely be that.
Yeah.
It could also be not Kang, but inspired by Kang.
I could see that.
Like, you know, you know, that's not the face. That could be like a mask sort of thing.
And like, you know, historically, Alexander Great was an Egyptaboo.
Yeah.
So it could be a like, I am inspired by Rama Tut, as well as, you know, like the other actual pharaohs. Yeah. And because of that, like, I decided to, you know, become the avatar of this god. Or we could even do a like, Rama Tut was the avatar of this god before that.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he gave her the idea of, well, what if we pre-crime people?
Was Alexander the Great around in the time of the pyramids?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Like, no, yeah, he really did. He was married to... Oh, I can't remember her name.
Cleopatra?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, I gotta look up my history. I don't know fucking shit about Alexander the Great.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I did not know that. I mean, I'm so bad at, like, time. You know, I don't know when the fuck anything was time-wise.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm actually really curious. I can look up that. You know, I knew he was an Egyptu, but I didn't know... I thought that was like a past, you know, sort of thing. I didn't know that was like at the time. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna, just for funsies, I'm gonna say it's Kang. Yeah. I'm gonna stick with that.
Okay.
Are you gonna stick with it's not Kang or inspired by Kang?
I'm gonna say inspired by Kang.
I've won you over.
Again, it's one of those things where I thought it was crazy, but now I think you're right-ish. Like, I think inspired also makes, you know, if we're doing more time stuff, I imagine we'll do a lot more, like, instead of Kang did this and Kang did this, it'll be more like all of the stuff then ties back to Kang.
Yeah.
In the same way that, you know, they were trying to do it with Thanos, with like, well, Loki invaded because of Thanos. But then you don't get anything about Thanos from that, besides he liked to invade and he wanted an Infinity Stone.
Yeah. Do you think there is any importance at all to the fact that in the, like, post, you know, death thingy, those are going on after they got shot, Arthur was the only one who looked different. Like, everybody else looked how they looked in this, you know, different clothes. Right. But they looked how they looked in this, except for Arthur had on, you know, way different.
Yeah. That's a good question.
Like, it almost implies that he is the one, you know, doing it. But I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
It might just be a coincidence, just...
I mean, that would tie in with Arthur's, you know, last words, him being, you know, I can only help someone who helps himself.
Yeah.
If the idea is, like, somehow he is, like, making them go through therapy, in order to, like, win him over.
Maybe.
Like my idea being that, you know, if he were to fully give into the illusion of the therapy, he would then, like, be brainwashed.
Oh, it was the therapy bullets.
Oh!
I don't... Who knows? Maybe that, like, you know, the scale thing, like, puts you through this, you know?
Maybe.
Time distortion, you don't think about it.
That's
like
possible.
I don't know. What do you think his silver, like, bracelet things are? Like, do you think that's just a fashion thing, or do you think it's an artifact?
The thing that immediately makes me think of is, like, manacles that a slave would have on.
Okay, yeah.
But, like, broken off because there's no chains on them.
Yeah.
So, I think it's a fashion thing, but I think there's, like, a meaning that, like, they mean something to him specifically. In the same way that, like, he has the glass that he puts in his slippers every day,
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking it is, like, a way for him to stay humble, perhaps?
Maybe, yeah. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna get, like, an explanation on the glass, and I think, like, I think it's fine by itself. It is, like, a hair shirt sort of situation.
Yeah, I think it explains itself.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, the manacles don't quite explain themselves.
Because, yeah, I don't know if it could be, like you said, like a reminder of, like, cuffs or shackles or something like that, to remind him, like, he's not fully free and the world's not fully free until Amit is, done her business. But it could also just be something where he could just, like, go, like, ha, and then, like, it, like, reverses and, like, wraps around your wrist, or just, like, he can fling it off and it, like, is, like, handcuffs or something, or, like, pin you to the wall.
I could see that.
Something like that.
Ooh, they could also be a reminder of, like, when he was previously in servitude to
Khonshu. Yeah, that's kind of what's going with the like, I'm not, like, even though I'm free of Khonshu, I'm not free still until Mama does her thing.
Yeah.
That's where I was going with that.
That makes a lot of sense.
But it could also be like, oh, remember when I was? But I don't think it would just be a remember when I was. I think it would be like I still am.
Yeah, that makes way more sense to me. Right.
Man, he looks like a entirely different person in that, like, white dimension. Like, man, I can't get over how crazy different he looks.
Seriously, yeah.
Like, I probably have seen this guy in movies and stuff like that, and I have no idea. But also, I love the talk he gives about, like, the, that we live in a psychic world. We do not live in a material world.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard to wrap your brain around. But, like, we don't know what the world looks like. We have no idea. I don't even know if I'm touching this mouse right now. I just have, my brain is telling me I am.
Right.
And that's what it's, like, inferring all my senses are. But, like, that, who knows? I mean, the fact, like, our eyes are, like, what we're seeing is a flipped version of, that's insane. What does that even mean? I can't comprehend it. But yeah, like, we truly don't know what reality, is. Yeah. We will never know what reality is. We only have inferred reality. Yeah. And, yeah, like, again, indirect inference as well. Not even, like, we can imply directly. We have indirect inference of what reality is. Yeah. And, that goes into, I'm pretty sure, like, the only Steven and, Mark can see the Khonshu, but, like, nobody else is, because it's in a, they can see that version of reality. That is reality. Yeah. But, like, other people can't see that version of reality. Also, it's going into the whole, like, what is normal? Yeah. Like, reality is, wacky. Brains are wacky.
Oh, yeah. Like, you can feel Khonshu, he can touch you, like, by some metrics, he is real, but you can't see him, you can't hear him. By some, references, he is not real.
Like, yeah, it's, why we switched away from multiple personality disorder to dissociative identity disorder. Because it's not a personality, it is a different person. It is a wholly different reality. Again, going into the muscle memory, I'm actually really curious. I want to look that up. Like, like, let's say, someone was, like, carpenter, hammering or whatever. And then, another identity was not. Would they still have that muscle memory, or because they don't have those memories, and also it's different for everybody. Sometimes they do share the memories, sometimes there's a hard line, no memories. Like, this started out as a very clear wall. Each identity didn't even know there was Mark knew. But, like, Steven had no idea there was another identity to him. Like, and I love, like, the Mark, Steven, and they
Because, that is the thing in this world that, told Mark that he was not actually crazy. Like, the existence of Steven as a separate a separate body in this world, even if this world is not real, it is still a signifier of, like, something you thought before is real on some level.
And that goes into this too. Is this not, like, this is real? This is a reality. They are experiencing it. If you are experiencing it, is it not reality? What is reality other than, your mind? So it goes into all that stuff too. Like, yeah, you can say, is this material? But, like, is our world material? We don't know. We have no way of knowing. Anything else?
I'm really excited to see what the series does with this kind of stuff. Because, like, you can go all the way into, why did the gods abandon humanity? Is it because they need prayer to work? Is it because they don't experience us, we can't, help with them?
Or, I mean, as I said, like, they were like, we didn't abandon you, they abandoned us.
Yeah.
And, like, what does that mean? And also, like, is it abandoning to just say, like, like, they abandoned us, but that's also, like, you guys can handle it, Like, can we not handle it?
I mean,
I mean, clearly not, but, I mean, the gods can't handle their own shit either, so do we need them in everything? Like, they're flawed as hell, too.
Do you think we're going to free all the gods? Or do you think they'll, like... Because there's a couple of things we could do here. We could go back to the original status quo, like, seal away who was already sealed, keep Khonshu, free. We could free all the gods, see how that goes. We could seal all the gods, maybe.
I think free all the gods, like, nobody deserves to be imprisoned. Like, you gotta figure out, like, a way to keep them in check. But I don't think that's just sealing them away in stone forever.
Right.
There's gotta be a middle ground. But yeah, so I'm gonna say we're gonna free them all.
Okay. Because that would be a really cool way to, again, like, the MCU has been getting more and more supernatural over time, and part of that is just a perception thing. Like, before Iron Man went public, there was still tons of supernatural stuff that had happened in the world. We just didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
But this could be an explicit, the world is really going to become more magical. Like, there are actual-ass new gods that were old gods that are now around that will just do stuff.
Yeah. I mean, like, we already have the Norse gods. We, now the world knows about... Does the world know about the Eternals? I don't think they know about the Eternals, but they know about the giant fucking Celestial that burst out of the earth.
Yeah. But that's just sort of a, like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. But, I mean, still, there was a giant being in Earth, like, that's not normal. And that's a little bit more crazy than the Hulk or something, like, that's crazier than Thor. Like, that's probably the most insane thing that's happened since, like, Thanos. Like, the snap is probably the crazy most, like, crazy, both in terms of effects and in terms of, like, visually what it looks like, the immediate freak out of it.
Yeah, this is a thing that can happen.
I honestly would put maybe third would be Malik, and it was Malik, I believe, something like that. Malekith in Thor: The Dark World. Like, honestly, crazier than that, but like that was it was happening in one part of London.
Yeah. That's not crazy then.
It was insane. Like, what do you mean? There was like giant ships coming down. It was like a fucking invasion. They were slamming into the ground and blowing up shit. Like, that was like, I would put that on, New York 2012. Like, New York 2012 and that London event were probably about the same. They both had a giant fucking alien invasion that almost destroyed the entire world.
That's fair. Like, I'm not gonna say the destroyed the entire world thing because people don't know that. But, like,
fair.
A major city did have a giant hole open up, and the aliens came out of it to destroy everyone.
Yeah, fair. I mean, but, if you're saying, like, oh, they didn't know that, well, they didn't know they were going to destroy the entire world with Avengers, or 2012 either, so. But, either way, aside from alien invasions, the Snap and then the Celestial are probably, like, the two biggest fucking things that have happened.
Yeah.
Still so curious, like, what, that's probably a fucking tourist destination now. They got a McDonald's on there for sure.
What does that do? Like, if that Celestial was, a part of what makes the Earth heavy, and now it's out of the Earth, like, that changes gravity, right?
Yeah, I mean,
also, that's changing, like, the way the Earth is rotating, because now it's not, Earth-shaped, it's Earth plus one Celestial-shaped.
Yeah.
Like, just a little bit, but still.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on how big it is. Like, how big is it, like, compared to a mountain,
Yeah.
I mean, still, mountains affect, like, the tides affect fucking, the Earth's spin and shit like that. So, yeah, don't think about it too much.
I think we think about it in phase 5.
Yeah.
We always need like a phase or so to catch up.
I mean, that's how our world works too. Insane, crazy shit happens, and everybody goes, in 10 years we'll find out how bad this is.
Oh, yeah. Or in 10 years we'll go like, by the way, this was a really big deal. I can't believe no one was talking about it at the time.
Yeah, every time. But okay, anything else?
Do you think, like, now we've, like, gone in the tomb, we've gotten the Ushabti of Amitz, do you still think we're going to, like, do, like, Moon Knight again in episode 6, or do you think we'll do it faster in episode 5?
I think the end of episode 5.
Okay.
So, like, you know, maybe he'll do, like, 1 or 2 moves, but basically summons the suit end of episode 5, episode 6.
Okay.
Fight time.
Makes sense to me, too.
Yeah.
What do you think we're going to do with the Ushabti? Like, we have the main villain now.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have the main villain. What do you mean we have the main villain?
Like,
I thought you meant Arthur. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's just playing keep away.
Fair.
Like, that's all we're doing right now. It's just playing keep away.
Yeah.
But I assume, you know, we're gonna come to we actually probably should release Amit, but you know, in a way that keeps her in control. You know, or maybe, you know, the gods have been lied to the entire time. I mean, we have no idea, you know?
We have no idea.
It's always tough to be like, I don't trust the gods. Never trust the word of a god.
Because they've also sealed away so many other gods that it does raise the question of, like, is this bad? But then you're also gambling with all humanity.
Yeah.
Maybe all life, depending on whether she can go past Earth.
I mean, there's like, what, 6 or 5 of them fucking left now? And like, they're all the most normal-ish kind of like people, so that's kind of suspicious. Yeah.
There's also the question of, like, in the museum exhibit, I don't think this is like, the museum didn't know anything, but we start that with, you know, the museum advertising 7 gods, and just doing the, like, well, there's actually 9 in, like, the great 9 gods. And now we've only seen, like, you know, physically 5 of them show up to, like, you know, seal away. Yeah, but that makes sense because 2 of them are, you know, kind of sealed away now. Like, we're trimming down the gods so much. It's like, well, I don't know if I trust the 5 of them who sealed away, like, the 30 other ones. But also, what if all 30 of them were really bad? You know what?
At this point, I'm gonna say, this is the MCU. What am I talking about? We're gonna seal away those other fucking 5. We're gonna have we're gonna have Khonshu and that's it. No, I think we're gonna have, like, Khonshu and the one girl.
Okay.
That was helping him. And that's it. I think the rest are also gonna get sealed in stone.
Yeah, like, it feels more, it's way more status quo to seal away all of them or just Khonshu and the other one. But I do like the idea a lot of just bust them all out, see what happens.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, that's my guess. It's this year. We're gonna seal them all fucking away. Everybody goes to jail. You either die or you go to jail. Stone jail. Alright.
But okay, I think I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I got anything else. So we'll see you guys for the next one. Until then, get the fuck out of here.